Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Al Stock Trades. I hope this video finds you in great spirits. It's been a while since we went ahead and spoken, but I wanted to make a quick video in response to a couple of things. One is we had a great discussion today on our stock group here regarding, some worries we may have regarding Clover, just things that are, um, you know, it, outside. I would say outside of the um, vision of what fundamental investing is about. There are things that we don't have control over. Like for example, uh, you know, Palantir, a great phenomenal company. There's a big risk that Microsoft and Google could team up to basically destroy their niche, right? Um, there's, United Healthcare and Humana can team up together and put Clover out of business. There's a lot of uncertainty that essentially, could happen that necessarily, we as retail investors don't have control over. One thing being is we've talked about a couple of things today regarding lawsuits for Clover pending, and we talked about our opinion on that matter here. But uh, you know, I want to make this video to just basically kind of show you my opinion on the matter here. Okay. Uh, Unfortunately, there's a good meme on somewhere online where it shows the lifestyle changes um, versus a pill. And I'm sure if you Google it, you'll be able to see it here. So the way America lives is, you have these long line of pills and, surgeries, essentially making someone else do the job, right? And I'm not saying these are bad, right? What I'm saying is this is a fast way and this is a short way. Okay. And when it comes to investing, many people like the fast. If we were to replace this between, the fast way and the short way, no one wants to wait. Everyone essentially, wants it now. We live in a very self gratifying, instant gratification society. I mean, even me, I like to I want to become a surgeon, and I'm getting closer to my goal as next year I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a physician. I'm going to be an MD. And I like surgery because I get that strong rush of adrenaline when I save someone's life. It feels amazing to have that feeling versus, you know, primary care. Every 3 months you check up on someone, or 4 months. Obviously, like, I myself fall in this bucket too. But it's luckily I don't think it's a bad thing, right? But what I've noticed, and I'm sure what you've noticed, when a stock falls down, negative emotions start to come into fruition. Many folks want, so if we were to replace these two signs, get rich fast or get rich slow, there are many people in this world that want to get rich fast. In fact, I was, just the other day working with a surgeon, and he said something that kind of, made my head go up a little higher in the operating room. I was like, you know, it, it you know, this was after the case. He was like, he was talking to someone else. He was like, yeah, I like to search for ways to get rich fast. Right. For the unfortunate part is there's a lot of risk when it comes to here. There's a lot of risk when it comes to trying to do something fast. Okay. Now, when it comes to investing, a lot of people, are hoping There are some people literally that are in the Clover community that are literally thinking this thing, every earnings report, they get really excited. They all tucker up. They pull out their trading devices, whether that be their phone, their computer, and they get really zoned in the earnings report, and they literally think a squeeze is going to happen. There are a lot of people that spent so much mental power into trying to determine the reason why Clover switched from after hours to pre-market. Okay. So much mental power, so much mental space. And there's a lot of people that also have the concerns of one of our stock members. Like, I'm worried about this particular X, Y, and Z and how that may affect the stock price and share price. And, one of our members, said a great thing, said a very valuable thing. I'm trying to find it here. I'll just wait to see what this quarter reports and the yearly report and base my decisions off of that. I'm not trying to get caught up in the minutia of day-to-day speculation. I'll wait until I see official news or the report from the company and base it off of that. You see, at the end of the day, the biggest investment you can make is an investment in yourself. Now, that may sound cliche, but there's a reason why that's important. If your mind ain't right, your life ain't right either. Okay? So when you essentially go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, when you essentially go ahead and day by day use your mental space to try to figure out why this is what this is, and personally, from someone who's been in the game for a long time, and this is my personal opinion, you can take my grain of salt and you can flush it down the toilet if you please. But from my personal experience, and out of all of the experience and books that I've read from billionaires and millionaires that have written them, what I've seen is that the best way to look at a company is their quarterly earnings report and their annual 10K report from their SEC filing. Then you take that data, and then you don't read any news articles. You don't read any of that. Warren Buffett doesn't read any of that. You look at the data, and then you make your own decision. When it comes to day-to-day stock price movements, when it comes to why Clover changed their reporting from after hours to pre-market to other extraneous factors such as lawsuits or whatever, your mental space is important. And if you go ahead, so, I have a family, it's my future wife's family member. They're saying, oh, the stocks are, I always find myself glued to the phone. I just can't like buy stocks because I just find myself just so glued to the phone, and I'm always checking the stock price. These are all behavior. I mean, I did the same thing when I first started. These are all behaviors of a beginner, because you're trying to see what's going on, right? Right. So it's kind of cute. I remember myself doing that. But here's the thing, guys. At the end of the day, you have to make sure your mental space is right, because you got to consistently find ways to make money. You got to consistently find ways to increase your income. You got to consistently make sure your mind is right to find the greatest opportunities we have at your job to excel at your job. Like for me, I separate my investment landscape in my mind when I go to the hospital. I don't mix these two things together. Maybe when I'm on break and I'm sitting in the break room, I'll go ahead and I'll mix these things, right? But that's in my break, right? But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's important, if you know that you're basically using 80% of your mental capacity and you're scared, then it's very clear that this may not be the thing for you, because you might miss out on opportunities in your life, right? So the point of this video is literally the title of it. This is a long game. When you buy a farm, you don't check the crops and the growth of your crops every single day. That's insanity. When the house you're living in drops 50%, you're not going to sell it. You're going to live in it, right? Same thing when you buy a stock, you buy a piece of a business, and this piece of a business is connected. The stock that you have is connected, like a little box that you pull out of a business is connected to an overall business. You can't tell how the business is doing through daily fluctuations in the market. And you guys, out of all the stockholders out there, you guys should know better. There's a lot of manipulation. So in any case, this is a long game. The key right now that I'm looking at, and again, you can take my grain of salt and you can flush it down the toilet, okay? What I'm looking at is profitability. That's what I want, and that's what I care about, because we are now in a high interest environment and inflation is very sticky. A while back ago, like 3 weeks ago or whatever, we've been talking to a lot of folks, and we've been telling you guys that for some reason, dumb money is not participating in this rally. Coinbase doubled, Tesla doubled, Facebook doubled. A lot of smart money folks are not participating in the market. It might change tomorrow, but I'm telling you, based off of this data, a lot of smart money folks are not participating in Smart Money's Blue. Now, it's funny because one of our members here, if I can find him here, let me go ahead and find him here. One of our members posted a screenshot of a couple things that he found here, I believe. With recent surveys showing institutional investor community remaining broadly bearish on stocks, it would be otherwise to underestimate the importance of retail. So this basically adds that retail has been fueling this market. Dumb money, right? Now, I'm not saying there's obviously institutional buys, but again, it's all proportional, right? But at the end of the day, for me, this is a long-term game. I don't check stock price every day. I'm at, what my future is, which is, working hard to be an aspiring surgeon. I'm focusing in on that, right? And then I have my money work for me in the long run, right? I have my mental space to work on the now, and then my intrinsic value calculations and my long-term projections are working for me for my future. And I don't have to do that. The money's doing it, not me. And the beauty about this, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to learn more about that, there'll be a link down below if you're interested. But the biggest thing right now is what Dr. Pro said here: patience is a virtue. Wealth gets transferred from the impatient and speculator to the patient investor. Okay? So overall, let's go ahead and just close off the video here. And that's all I have for you guys. And I hope that this video was very clear. Okay? I can't wait to see the earnings for Clover, to see how they performed in 3 months, to see what they've been doing. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one.